Hello everyone, this is part 2 of What If Naruto Learned of Hinata's Feelings, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. Naruto and his team were ready. They had trained as a team for 1 week and found that they all worked like clockwork together. They walked up a flight of stairs and immediately saw a large group of contenders standing in front of the room marked 301. Naruto motioned for his team to move with him to the front. When they got to the front of the group, they saw exactly what they had seen 5 years ago. A couple of planted testers had used a Genjutsu to change the door's number. Naruto smiled to himself. Hey, you two. Maybe you should go home now. I mean, if your Genjutsu is this bad, you might as well give up now. Kai. Suddenly the number above the door read 201. The Genin teams waiting to get in saw this and immediately ran up the stairs to the next level. The two plants were left with Naruto. Hey, that wasn't very nice. Maybe you should be taught some manners. The one who had been speaking threw a punch at Naruto. Naruto ducked the extremely fast punch and backed off a little. As much as I would enjoy kicking your two butts, my teammates and I have an exam to take. If you intend to take it, then you might want to hurry up yourself. Naruto and his teammates walked up the stairs to the next floor. Haha, you totally got schooled by some loser Genin. What? Did you see that kid? He was fast. Shut up about that or you might find yourself owned by this loser. Naruto, Hinata and Sakura all arrived in the testing room and took their seats. Naruto smiled. Their seats couldn't be in better spots. Hinata is in the clear back of the room where she could see everyone's papers with Byakugan. Sakura was directly behind Naruto and Naruto was in the front and center of the room. The ultimate test for my time-altering jutsu. The test proctor came into the room only a few seconds after the three were seated. Ibiki took his place directly in front of Naruto and began the explanation. It appears that we have many entrants into this year's exam. Over 200 it seems. This part of the exam will be written. The first 9 questions are on your papers in front of you. The 10th question will be asked by me at the end of the test. Each question is worth 1 point. If you are caught cheating, then you will lose 2 points. If, at any point, one member of your team drops below 0 points, your entire team will be disqualified. The test begins now. An hour had passed since the beginning of the test. Naruto had all of the answers written down and Hinata had given him the signal that she had all of her answers also. Sakura had found out early on that the test she had memorized had been a fake. She had, instead, covertly attached chakra strings to one of the planted correct ninjas' hands. She was now mimicking their every move and had most of the answers already. Sakura had just given Naruto the signal that she had all of the answers just as Ibuki returned to give the 10th question. It had been a grueling first test and over half of the entrants had been eliminated. Only a little more than 100 remained. I am surprised to see so many of you still here. This last question will be different than the others. When he was done explaining the last rule, the one about if a person incorrectly answers the last question then they are forbidden from ever entering again, many people got up. Only 60 were left. Congratulations, then. The remaining people here pass. Naruto tuned out the teacher. He was busy scouting his opponents. Earlier he had noticed 3 ninjas from the hidden village in the mist. They all looked like formidable water jutsu users. One, Naruto assumed was the leader, carried a sword larger than the one that he had seen Itachi's friend carry. Another group of ninjas were from Konoha, but had come up after Naruto had left. They seemed to be very well trained and Naruto assumed that they were probably Guy Sensei's new students based on one of their hair chayas. And he has a bad influence on children, too. The leader of the team was cloaked so Naruto did not see the face. It was a girl, younger than Hinata by many years. Naruto knew that she would be trouble by the way she carried herself. Another team from Konoha was there, but Naruto didn't recognize the ninjas. Strange, they look very familiar. The last team Naruto had paid any attention to was a team from Sound. Apparently they had been allowed to come, but had been under guard 24/7 and would be until the end of the exam excluding the Forest of Death portion. They were unlike the trio Naruto had seen in the previous exam. They appeared to be specialists in earth jutsus from the looks of their clothes and weapons. They appeared to be very formidable. Hinata could probably take 2 of them, though. The leader of that group was taller than Naruto was. He was 6 foot of solid muscle and looked ready to crush rocks with his eyebrows. Tough, but I am prepared for guys like him. Suddenly, a person curled up in a ball flew through a window and made a perfect landing directly on top of Naruto's desk. Anko stood in front of Naruto and told everyone to follow her. 1 down. 2 to go. Naruto and his team stood in front of the gate to the Forbidden Forest. Well team, same rules as last time. No splitting up. Remember that Hinata has an Earth Scroll and anyone in this forest might have a Heaven Scroll. I want to avoid all contact with other teams unless absolutely necessary. Hinata. Yeah, if we do run into another team I want you to check and see if they have a Heaven Scroll. If they don't, then we run. I don't feel like people we don't need to. Okay, let's go. The 3 ninja jumped through the gate and onto the river. Naruto had taught them how to run extremely fast on water earlier that week. The trick was to alter the chakra on the feet until the feet could stay on the top of the water, but the traction would be whatever you wanted. They had practiced many hours before finally learning how to skate across the water at speeds up 2 times the speed of a fast shinobi on ground. The 3 appeared to be jetting up the river with large plumes of water shooting out behind them. Naruto set the pace. He knew that they would be able to reach the tower by the middle of the 2nd day at this rate. It was only an hour in when Hinata waved at Naruto. They kept running but Hinata came up next to him. Naruto, there are 3 ninja following us on the side of the river. I can't tell much more than that though. Sorry. Naruto just smiled and had them stop in the middle of the river. Hinata could see the ones following much clearer now. In fact, they came out onto the river to meet the team. It was an all-female team from the village of Sand. Well, look what we've found here, girls. A poor little boy with 2 little girls who have got themselves lost. I bet they even have some extra weight that we might relieve them of. The one that appeared to be the leader pulled out an Earth Scroll. Maybe they have the pair to this one, eh? Nope, sorry. Hinata gave a shy smile as she pulled out an Earth Scroll from her pouch. We got 1, 2. The leader of the Sand team just shrugged. Like I care which you have. I'll use the one we get from you as insurance. She motioned for her 2 teammates to circle the team. You could just give it up. If you do then we won't KU. Which would be a shame, because the boy is really cute. The girl gave an evil smile. Naruto returned the evil smile. Yeah, I would say the same to you guys but it appears that we have no reason to fight you and you aren't really that cute. After all, why would we fight someone who had no scroll? The girl suddenly realized that where she had once had her scroll she was now holding a stick. What? Maybe you should pay more attention to the ones you pick fights with. I was the one who fought off Gaara in the exam 5 years ago. How did you intend to jay me? Hinata and Sakura had already started down the river at a much faster pace than before. I will let you live, but in return you should learn that there are ways to win other than K. You might even learn the same lesson I taught Gaara, that everything you do in life means nothing without friends. Bye now. Naruto took off after his teammates. The leader of the Sand group collapsed to her knees in the middle of the river. Wow, that cute guy was fast, but it's not over yet. Her team went back into the forest to feed off of smaller prey. Naruto and company halted for the night just outside of the tower. They had made excellent time since the encounter with the Sand team and had decided to go the complete distance that day. No one had ever made it this far in the first day. Naruto had grabbed some fish from the stream and cooked them for his team. They all sat around a fire eating the delicious meal and talking about what to do next. Naruto, Hinata spoke up, I think that we should go find another team from Konoha. If they need an Earth Scroll then we could give them our extra. We could also help them if they run into anything out of their league. Why would we want to do that? Remember that talk that the Hokage gave last time? I wasn't there, but Shino told me about it. This is about village pride also. If we helped our village's other team into the finals then that would mean more missions get sent to our city. That sounds like a solid reason if I ever heard one. Tomorrow we will go find one of the other teams. I doubt that they need our help anyway. I sensed during the test that they one group was going to some of the top compeers. Here, both of you get some sleep. I will take first watch. I don't sleep much anyway. Hinata knew why he didn't sleep anymore, but she didn't say anything as she curled up on a soft bed of leaves. Good night, Naruto. Good night, Hinata. Naruto watched Hinata as she fell asleep. Like an angel, Sakura, who was on the other side of Naruto, watched the pair as one slept and the other watched. You like her, don't you? Naruto almost jumped out of his skin. Sakura, I thought you were asleep. So, yes, I do like her. More and more every day. That thing she did today would have stopped any other team cold. I don't know what love feels like, but this has to be close. Sakura, you should get to sleep. Yeah, just don't do any fooling around while I'm here. What? Night. Where the hell are we, Konohamaru? I don't know. Ask the one with the map. It is not like a map does any good without landmarks. Look, I think we passed that last tree at least 5 times now. Alright, let's just stop and reorient ourselves. The other team from Konoha wasn't having as easy of time as Naruto would have guessed. Naruto's team had been following them for almost 3 hours. Man, I can't believe how much that group has grown in 3 years. I didn't even recognize them. Konohamaru was the apparent leader of the group. He still wore the blue goggles he had gotten to imitate Naruto, as did his entire team. He had a katana strapped to his thigh and was very effective with it in the thick vegetation. His teammate and heckler, Mogi, was very fast and powerful for her size. Her movements set her apart as the team's taijutsu and weapons expert. Udon, the last member of their team, was an excellent medic. It appeared as if he had trained with Tsunade, because he knew the chakra scalpel's technique. Sakura said she had seen him once or twice with Tsunade. So far the team of advanced genins hadn't stepped in. Hinata tapped Naruto on his shoulder. It looks like the time for waiting is over. A team of tough-looking ninjas jumped into the small clearing where Konohamaru's team sat. Looks like we have found a team of weaklings who need a break. I say we give them a break. In fact, let's give them breaks all over their B. The ninja who had been talking suddenly performed a series of hand signs. Earth-style, rock needles. A line of razor-sharp rocks ran out from the point where the attacker stood to where Mogi sat. She quickly flipped into a tree as the rock she had been sitting on burst into fragments. Konohamaru countered the jutsu with his own shadow clone jutsu. Suddenly 4 Konohamaru surrounded the newcomers. A fight ensued that lasted maybe 10 seconds. In the end, though, the attackers still stood and the real Konohamaru was beaten back. He stood breathing heavily as the 3 ninjas surrounded him. Then one of the attackers fell to the ground screaming. He popped out of the ground to finish the attack, but was kicked in the stomach by another one of the Cloud Ninjas. He into a tree with a grunt and was knocked out cold. The 2 remaining attackers were more on guard now, and when Mogi came flying out of nowhere they were able to block her attack and throw her into the same tree as her teammate. Only Konohamaru still stood. Now, little boy, just give us your scroll and we might let you and your little friends live. Konohamaru tried to throw a punch at the talker, but it was easily blocked and Konohamaru found himself flying into the same tree as his team. Fool. Now let's grab their scroll. Konohamaru was struggling to his feet. Oh, still want some more, eh? If you think you can just walk in here and hurt my friends and get away with it, you have another thing coming. Suddenly Konohamaru was standing behind 3 ninjas that hadn't been there before. Hey, Konohamaru, take care of your friends. My team and I will wipe the floor with these losers. Naruto, Konohamaru watched as his idol and rival made hand signs he had never seen. Fire style, Rasengan. A ball of swirling fire grew in Naruto's hand until it was the size of a person's head. Naruto then seemed to disappear before instantly reappearing in front of the leader of the opposing team. Naruto shoved the ball into the ninja's chest. Instantly the man burst into flames and flew backward through 3 trees and into a rock, cracking it. His teammate that was still able to move was gone before their leader had even hit the second tree. Naruto turned around to face his one-time rival. He was holding a heaven scroll in his hand. Well, I can't imagine why you would want this, cause you already have one. So, for softening these guys up for us we will take this heaven scroll and you can have this earth scroll. Fair. Good. And once your friends come out of the dream worlds, we can show you how to get to that tower. Why are you going to help us? We just lost to another team. We don't deserve your help. With an attitude like that, you don't deserve anything. So what if you lost? Does losing once make you permanently a loser? No. If that was true, then every person in the world is a loser. Learn from your mistakes, grow more powerful, and don't lose the same way again. I am going to mark the trail to the tower and then watch over you until you reach it. After all, what are friends for? Sakura will help heal your friends. Naruto jumped away into the trees and began the long process of making a trail. Hinata is right. Being helpful will help the village, but it also makes me feel good. I just hope I don't have to face Konohamaru or his friends in the prelims or finals. Naruto and his team made it to the tower early the next day. They were about to enter the doors, with Team Konohamaru on their heels, when the other team from Konoha appeared in front of them. The hooded girl, obviously the leader and a competent ninja, spoke. Give us an earth scroll and you may go unharmed. Hinata gasped. That voice. I didn't want to have to fight her here. The girl removed her hood. Hanabi Hyuga stood in the two teams' way. Naruto smiled at the serious Hyuga. No offense, Hinata's sister, but I doubt that you could even take out the weakest member of my team, let alone all 6 of us. Not so, I win every sparring match I fight in with my sister. So, Hanabi looked surprised at Naruto's blatant question. Just because you can beat Hinata in a sparring match using only taijutsu doesn't mean you could even touch her in the field. I would put my entire bank account on Hinata in an actual fight between you and her. Besides, there is no weakest member of my team. Now get out of my way and you might make it to the preliminaries off of someone else's scroll. Naruto started to walk past the now angry Hyuga. Hanabi was furious at Naruto's lack of respect. Hinata was the only one to see the attack coming. Naruto, watch out. Hanabi struck Naruto's side as he passed her. Her follow-up punch hit Naruto's heart and so did the next 10. That will teach you to show me respect. I am the most powerful of all of the Hyuga. In the last seconds of your life you should remember that. Hardly. Everyone in the clearing looked up into the trees. Naruto stood for all to see, completely unharmed. You couldn't even K one of my shadow clones. The Naruto on the ground disappeared in a puff of smoke. Now go, before I make you leave. Hanabi was stunned. I couldn't even beat his clone. How is that possible? I am the most powerful member of the main family. Only Neji is capable of fighting me. Hanabi threw a smoke bomb before disappearing into the woods. Naruto jumped down from the trees and was immediately caught in the arms of a weeping Hinata. I thought you were S. She could K you. I have seen her do it before. She knows how to stop a heart without fail. Hinata buried her face into his chest. Now that I found you, I don't want to lose you. Naruto couldn't say anything. Naruto rolled his eyes at them and then took Hinata's hand. I am not going anywhere. Except into that tower, and you get to come with me. Naruto smiled at the teary-eyed young woman in his arms. The 6 then opened the tower doors and finished the second exam. Hinata Hyuga and Shiruki Shiro, prepare for battle. The preliminary rounds for the third test were underway. Out of the 60 that went into the forest, only 18 had come out with a passing grade. Naruto's team, including Hinata and Sakura. Konohamaru's team, including Udon and Mogi. The team from Sand that had met Naruto's team on the river. The team from Sound that Naruto had known would get into the third test. A team of ninja from Cloud, who had not been expected to achieve as much as they had. The last team in was Hanabi's team. 9 preliminary matches would decide who would go to the finals. Hanabi Hyuga had already defeated one of the ninja from Sound with a K blow. She hadn't even been touched, and wasn't breathing hard at the conclusion of the match. Konohamaru had fought of one of the Sand ninja that had tried to ambush Naruto earlier, but not the leader. He had pulled out a very close victory. He had been nearly trapped under the ground but had sacrificed his movement for his life by melting the sand used with a fire jutsu. The other ninja had been trapped completely in the glass and was proclaimed unable to fight. Sakura had fought Udon, and had pulled off a win by using shadow clones to trick the other one into using chakra scalpels on the wrong Sakura. She then knocked the kid out cold using her impressive strength. Another Sand ninja fought Mogi, But unlike the fight between Tenten and Temari, the weapons expert managed to beat the Sand Ninja with almost no effort. The leader of the Sand Ninjas fought with another Sound Ninja, and was able to defeat him. Both of them had been expert Earth Jutsu users, but the Sand Ninja easily overcame the Jutsus of the Sound Ninja by dulling them with Jutsus involving sand. Hanabi's teammates were chosen to fight each other, and Hanabi convinced the weaker of the two to forfeit. He obeyed without question, and his teammate advanced onto the finals. The next round was between Hinata and the leader of the Cloud Ninjas. The leader looked to be a fast and agile fighter. Naruto had heard of his handiwork from some of the other Cloud Ninja while they watched. He was a water jutsu specialist and specialized in toxins and acids. Naruto had told as much to Hinata, but she appeared to be confident. Be careful, Hinata. Ready. Begin. Both fighters assumed a fighting stance. Byakugan. Hinata had altered her style of Juken to allow for more light, swift attacks instead of the powerful and slightly slower ones used by her sister. I made this style just to fight other Juken users, but I need the practice. Hinata suddenly was forced to duck underneath a spray of acid that the Cloud Ninja spat from his mouth. Alright, close range it is then. Hinata charged her opponent, ducking 2 more sprays in the time it took her to reach him. She gave a regular Juken-style punch to the ninja's shoulder, and wasn't surprised to find it blocked. She had already begun her second, more quick, strike, and 2 fingers struck the man's thigh. Her opponent didn't drop, as she had wanted him to, but he did freeze for a second. A second was all of the time she needed. 256 palm strike. Hinata let loose her secret technique, one that would only be possible for someone who was using her style of Juken. The less chakra put into the attack meant that she could put more into her arms to speed up the attacks beyond regular human ability to even see. Her opponent wasn't able to even move as she struck at a speed that was too fast to comprehend. A second later her opponent collapsed on the ground. Alive, but not even able to move a finger. The winner of the match is Hinata Hyuga. Hinata jumped back up to her place next to Naruto and Sakura. Naruto gave her a big hug and she blushed. That was awesome, Hinata. You smoked that guy. When I win my match we are going to go and celebrate. After that, maybe we can figure out who will train us for the finals. Hinata smiled. She had gotten over much of her shyness within the last week. She had gotten to the point where being with Naruto was all of the joy as before, but she no longer had to wake up each time he smiled at her. Life couldn't get much better. Naruto Uzumaki and Kornaden, prepare for battle. Naruto jumped into the arena along with one of the remaining Cloud Ninja. He smiled a huge smile at his opponent. Hey, I just want to say that it was nice fighting you, and I want you to know that when you wake up from this you have my respect. You are rather confident, but I warn you, I am more powerful than my leader. Whatever. Ready. Begin. Naruto decided he didn't want this fight to last long at all. I will finish this fight now, okay? Again, no hard feelings. Naruto started a punch. He was standing 10 meters away from his opponent. As he drew his arm back, his other arm untied a leather strap from around his wrist and bicep. Naruto threw his punch with such speed that no one even knew what had happened. All anyone saw was the flying Cloud Ninja enter a wall with enough force to break through the 2 meters of solid rock and enter a hallway. Naruto walked over to his unconscious opponent and recovered his 2 small leather straps. He tied them back onto his arms. The match goes to Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto jumped up into the gallery next to his team. They both ran up to him. What was that, Naruto? It looked like you threw a punch from 10 meters away. Naruto, is the man S? No, he is not S. I threw my weights with my punch. They both weigh over 5 times my body weight, so they hit him pretty hard. I really haven't had them off for over 2 years. They have a special jutsu on them that alters the effect of gravity on them. They can weigh whatever Jiraiya wants them to. I haven't had less than 500 pounds on each limb since I got them. I kind of want to see how fast I really am, but I don't want to until the finals. Come on, let's go get some ramen. What about the last match? The Sound Ninja will win. Even as Naruto said those words they heard a yell from behind them. Earth Style, Rock Tomb Jutsu. Naruto turned in time to see the Sound Ninja's opponent be crushed between 2 half-spheres of rock. A loud and sickening crunch was heard that signified the end of the ninja's life. The match goes to Law of Sound. Naruto watched as the ninja returned to his place. That guy is tough. Just then, Tsunade walked into the arena. Finalists can pick up the finals schedule in my office tomorrow starting at 8. The finals will begin in exactly 1 month. Naruto turned back to his friends. Ramen time. On me. They both nodded and Naruto took Hinata's hand as they walked to the ramen bar. They were almost there when an approaching dust cloud caused them to stop. Sakura. Naruto cringed at Lee's appearance. When the dust settled, Lee was on his knees in front of Sakura and had her hands in his. Please, lovely Rose, grant me the honor of dining with your fairness. And, if I may, know how you are doing in the Chunin exams. Sakura giggled. No one except Lee could get away with doing things like that. Okay, but you're buying. I wouldn't have it any other way. Lee stood up and took Sakura's hand in his as they walked through the restaurant's door. Naruto gave a loud sigh. Are you okay, Naruto? Naruto had completely forgotten whose hand he was holding. Oh, I am just fine, Hinata. I was just thinking. I am kind of jealous of Lee, not because he has Sakura or anything. I am over that. Then why? I don't like seeing you unhappy. I wish I could do what he does. But you are faster and stronger than him. I don't know anything that you can't do. No, I mean that I wish I could express my feelings as well as he does. Oh, Hinata wanted to tell him that she wasn't good at expressing herself either. Hinata, yeah, I may be a great ninja, but I stink at feelings. I just wanted to tell you that. Let's go eat. Naruto led them through the door and into a surprise company of friends. The entire Rookie 9 were there, minus Sasuke, and 10-10 was also there. They greeted the duo as they entered the door and took a seat. All of them wanted to know how the prelims went. Naruto was chosen to explain. Okay, the prelims went well, so now there are 7 Konoha ninjas in the finals. Out of 9, that is amazing. Sakura had to take out one of the younger genin from here to get into the finals. Knocked him out cold without being touched. Hinata here wasted some elite ninja from Cloud. The guy spat acid, but Hinata totally kicked his rear into the next century. I fought some stooge who was probably decent, but we only fought for 3 seconds. Everyone was surprised at the results. Most of the village had considered the new class of genin to be mediocre at best, except the next Hyuga prodigy. To have 7 in the finals was amazing. And how did Hinata ace an elite ninja from Cloud? Or, for that matter, how did Naruto beat someone in 3 seconds? Shino, though usually silent, asked the obvious questions. Naruto, how did you beat some guy in 3 seconds? The room went quiet. Naruto blushed a little and smiled bashfully with his arms over his head. I threw my weights at him. He caught them in the bread basket. The room was still quiet. Lee was staring at Naruto now. Naruto, how heavy are your weights? Lee had been training for years with weights. His leg weights were easily 25 times his body weight each. Mine could KO a guy, but it would still take a lot of weight to knock out a ninja. Oh, I wear 2 on each arm and leg. I threw 2, so that means I threw about 1,500 pounds at the guy. Lee sighed. At least he wasn't quite up to Lee's weight yet. But, really, Hinata's fight was the coolest one there was. She dodged some acid then ran up to the guy and he only blocked one of her strikes, out of a whole lot. I didn't even know what. Everyone was staring at him. How did you get so strong? I can't even lift one of your arms. You never told us that you were wearing almost as much as Lee. Sakura stopped yelling for a second to catch her breath. Everyone was in awe of the new Naruto. One thought was on everyone's minds. Where did this new Naruto come from? Ino was the first to speak up. Alright Naruto. That's amazing. We are all going to be at the finals to root for you 3. Now, onto more important topics. Hinata, last time you came in here you bowled over Naruto and passed out twice. This time you walk in here on the same guy's arm. Anything we should know about? All of the girls in the room except Hinata started giggling. Hinata chose to blush as red as humanly possible, which only made the girls giggle louder. No, oh, come on now. We all saw the K last time. Isn't there anything at all between you? How about you, Naruto? Hey, why would I tell all of you anything before I figure it out myself? Hinata, do you want to take a walk? I don't think I am hungry right now. There was not one person in the entire restaurant moving. Choji let his noodles hang out of his mouth, uneaten. Naruto not hungry for ramen. This was an unprecedented event. Actually, Naruto knew that he was very hungry for ramen, but he knew he wouldn't be able to eat anything unless he told Hinata his feelings. Hinata nodded and they headed out the door. Shikamaru was the only one to speak. Poor Naruto, love can be troublesome business. Naruto had led Hinata to a park. They both took seats on swings. Both of them were silent as they swung, but each had their own thoughts. How can I tell her? Being around her gives my spirits a boost. The times when we are apart for more than a minute hurt me. Is this love? Don't ask me, kid. But the girl loves you. That much I know. If you can't focus on your duties one way or another, then you will S. What is that supposed to mean? It means that if you get distracted in the line of duty by either being with her or the opposite, then you have a higher risk of S. I don't want us to S, so figure out whether you are more distracted with her, or without her. I constantly think of her, even when we aren't together. Well, then you should be with her. You think it will ease my mind. Yeah, or you will find yourself constantly thinking about her still. That is called love as I understand. Then you mate with her and forget about her. That is not the kind of advice I need right now. Fox demons don't exactly have marriage or life partners, so maybe that is what you should do afterwards. That wouldn't be half bad. Hinata's thoughts were slightly different. I love him, but I can't say it. I can't even remember the last time I used that word. If only I could find another way to say it. Hinata stopped swinging. She turned to face Naruto, who had also stopped swinging. Naruto, I want you to know that I, What? What I am trying to say is that I am in never mind. Here, Hinata, I need to tell you something. So here it goes. I don't know if I love you. Hinata inhaled sharply. What does that mean? Does this mean he does or doesn't like me? Hinata felt so confused. I don't know if I love you, and I don't know if I will ever know. But I think I might love you. I think it might be love. I mean, anything can happen, right? I mean, I love being around you and talking with you and being with you in general, so I might be in love with you. I just don't know. But, Hinata, will you accept what might be love? If you don't love me, you can just tell me and that's okay too. Hinata could barely move. Her love had just confessed what might be love for her and was asking if she loved him back. Hinata had only dreamed of this. I have to tell him. Naruto, Naruto Hinata got fed up with herself. I guess I can take that as an, I love you, right? Hinata was still trying to cope with the fact that she had Naruto. All she could do was nod. Naruto smiled. Yeah, well, I think that made my decision a little easier. Maybe you want to go out sometime. Hinata nodded again. Good. Let's go to the top of the monument after training tomorrow. I will pick you up, okay? Another nod. You are going to pass out again, aren't ya? Another nod. That's fine. You're cute when you sleep. Hinata just collapsed to the ground, but she was caught by Naruto before she fell a foot. Both had the same thought. I am in love. Hinata Hyuga woke up in her bed to knocking on her door. Who is it? Barely awake, she pulled a long silk robe around herself and walked over to her door. When she opened the door, the last person she was expecting to appear showed himself. Neji Hyuga, prodigy of the Hyuga branch family and the nearbane of Hinata, was standing in her doorway. Cousin Neji, how are you? I am fine, Lady Hinata. I have heard of your competing in the finals. Apparently you came through the preliminaries with flying colors. I had lots of help. The point is that I wish to offer you my services. What? I might not have shown it, but when Naruto defeated me it impacted the way I look at things greatly. I no longer believe in predestination, and so I wish to help you become stronger. I do not wish what happened to my father to happen to you. What do you mean? You must know about how much your father prefers Hanabi over you. He says it to your face constantly. I think he might try to find some way to send you to the branch house and have Hanabi be heir. I know that, between the two of you, you would be the better leader. I wish to help you become stronger so that you may defeat your sister in the finals and ensure your place as heir. In return I ask only for your word that you will attempt to make it so no more branch members receive the caged bird seal. I will gladly accept your help and I will make sure no more branch members are sealed. I need to tell Naruto that I will be training with you, so we can start tomorrow. We begin at 5 in the morning. Be there. Neji turned around and left Hinata alone. Naruto, you changed so many people for the better. And now I finally get to be with you. Life couldn't get any better. Naruto met Hinata and Sakura at the Hokage's office to get the finals schedule. Naruto was slightly disappointed at the outlook. That's the problem with getting too many people from Konoha in the finals. Friends fighting friends. Hanabi Hyuga vs Garu Bekken. Hinata Hyuga vs Kiara Rake. Konohamaru Saratobi vs Sakura Haruno. Naruto Uzumaki vs Law of Sound. Mogi vs winner of match 4. Looks like I fight a friend in the second round no matter what. If you survive the first round, you doubt my ability. No, but you need to focus or you will make a mistake and that will be the end of your dreams. Okay, fine. He won't be tough, but if he catches me then I am probably toast. I must either strike first or be on my toes for the entire fight. Much better. Hinata will be up against the Sand Girl. I hope she wins, but if she does then she will most likely go against her sister. That will be hard for her. Less hard than you think. Ha, her sister appears to be competing against Hinata for the rights of firstborn Hyuga. If you paid more attention to what you hear with my ears then you would know that Hinata is not the favorite of the Hyuga sisters. She might even be in danger of assassination attempts. What? The Hyugas have a skewed honor system. Follow the code, but when the code becomes inconvenient then find loopholes. The code in this case being that the firstborn is the successor to the leadership of the clan, the loophole being that if she is then the role passes to her sister. There are other loopholes too, so she needs to be on her toes if she intends to live. I need to help her somehow. Naruto glanced over at Hinata, who happened to be glancing over at him at the exact same time. Hinata blushed and looked away, only to look back a second later with a smile on her face. Guess she remembered that I love her too. The best way to help her is to cheer her on in the finals. You are probably right, winning in the finals against her sister would be a good start. Naruto turned to face his team. Okay, it looks like we are going to have it tough. Hinata, you get to fight the Sand Girl who was incredibly powerful and a little bit thirsty. Sakura, you get to fight my protege. And I have to fight the guy who crushes people. Sakura and I might face off in the second round and Hinata will fight the winner of our fight in the last round, hopefully. The question I have is what you want to do about training. I will probably train outside of town in the same place as before. If either of you ever want to join me, that is fine. I suspect Tsunade will be training you, Sakura. Yeah, but I might show up to spy every once in a while. That's fine. How about you, Hinata? Actually Naruto, normally I wouldn't give up a chance to spend time with you, but Neji is going to train me. Really? Yeah. You might not believe it, but I think that everyone that you have ever fought has become a better person from it. Gaara, Kiba, Neji, that guy you told us about from Wave, even the Hokage had a change of heart from watching you battle Kabuto and Orochimaru. Neji wants to help me become a better taijutsu fighter. So when I need help on ninjutsu you know where I'll come. Hinata smiled at him. Now I need to get started. I will see you later today, Naruto. Oh. Well I kind of told her that I might love her and she kept trying to tell me that she loved me, but she couldn't come out with it. Me neither, but it was great. Yeah, whatever. Now I'm going to collect some scrolls from the Hokage's library. See ya. Yeah, bye. Naruto turned to look at the Hokage. They were the only ones left in the room. So may I borrow it? I still don't know if that would be safe. Tsunade, you know that I am trustworthy. I need to know what it is my father wanted me to know. Please. I know that the seal says you should be able to open it now. Yes, and I really want to know what it contains. Okay, it is in the library, it is contained within the scroll marked The History of the Universe, Unabridged, Volume 16. Thanks, Tsunade. Naruto entered his clearing outside of the city carrying 3 scrolls. He set them on the ground and began his favorite jutsu. Shadow Clone Jutsu. Instantly 2,000 Narutos filled the clearing and the surround area. Naruto stood up to speak to his clones. Alright. Training time again. You. The 500 on the right. Train chakra control by running up waterfalls and try running down them this time. The 500 on the left. Take these 2 scrolls and study the fire jutsu inside. If I don't know them now, I want to by the end of this month. The 500 over there. You are going to go about 100 miles south of here and find out everything I can do with the fire wind Rasengan. I don't want to use it in the finals and find out that it K everyone. Find out how to control it. The last of you are going to do your favorite activity. Meditation. Sighs and moans exited his clones' mouths. Okay, so it isn't fun, but I need the help, right? They all nodded and, with a few complaints, sat in the clearing. The rest of the Narutos had cleared out already, leaving the real Naruto and the meditating clones in the clearing. Naruto picked up the last scroll, the one he had gotten from the library that morning, and walked off towards the monument of his father. Naruto sat down on his father's head with a sigh. If I had only known that he was my father back when I pulled all of those pranks. Jiraiya and Tsunade were the only ones who even knew, and they weren't in town. I almost didn't find it out, but Jiraiya came back to camp drunk and told me how much I resembled my father when I showed him my progress on the Rasengan. He knew he had to tell me after that, especially after I tied him to a tree and threatened his research with my fire jutsu. Dad, if only you had known what would happen because this town with you. Goodwill was put in remission. So now it is left up to me to fix it. I hope whatever is in this scroll is a way to convince the elders of the village that I am not an avatar of the QB. The nerve of them. My avatar would be much better looking, yeah, whatever. You know, you and your father are the only 2 humans who I actually respect a little. You both are willing to sacrifice everything for what you love. You have almost done that multiple times. Thanks. If I was still alive, though, that would just mean I would K you quickly. Yeah, thanks. Naruto did the seals for his time alteration jutsu. The seal on the scroll disintegrated. Sort of like a Kekkei Genkai, but more like Shikamaru's shadow techniques or Choji's meat tank. Naruto opened the scroll with steady hands. His life had been one surprise after another, and, if it was possible, he was used to them. Whatever was in this scroll couldn't be any more life-shattering than Sasuke leaving or finding out the 4th was his dad. The scroll contained a letter and a smaller scroll. Dear Naruto, I am sorry that it must be this way, but I am going to pass very soon to be with your mother. You see, we are going to attempt to seal the QB, who is now destroying Konoha, inside of you. I don't know if you will survive, but I know that I won't. These are my final words to you. You must have grown up quite a lot to even open this scroll. I trusted Jiraiya to teach you when it was time. Don't spend too much time with him, though. He is a kind man and a great ninja, but a pervert. Your mother's name was Hakura Uzumaku. She was beautiful beyond belief, but while giving birth to you due to injuries given by the QB. I hope you manage to find a wife as beautiful as her. A picture of us is enclosed in the scroll. It is a summoning scroll, and it contains a set of my special kunai and a few family heirlooms. You would have belonged to one of the most powerful clans in Konoha, but the QB's attack destroyed the entire section of town where our clan was based. The deed to the property is also in the scroll. I hope you have not suffered too much on behalf of the QB inside of you. I know many people probably didn't take my advice about you. Their hatred can be turned to love if you treat it in the right way. You have the potential to become one of the greatest ninjas of all time. After all, your father was an Uzumaku and your mother was a Hyuga. You should have a massive chakra store, plus that of the QB, and also, with a little training, incredible physical abilities. Know that, even in death, your mother and I are very proud of you and know you will be a great ninja. Love, the 4th Hokage of the village hidden in the leaves. Naruto Uzumaku. Wow, as if my life can get any more confusing. I didn't even know my last name wasn't Uzumaki. Naruto bit his thumb and summoned the articles of the 2nd scroll. A few pictures and 2 boxes appeared. Naruto picked up the pictures. Wow, she really was beautiful. His mother and father stood next to each other holding hands. They were smiling. It looked like a honeymoon photo. Naruto noticed his mother's eyes. They look exactly like Hinata's. No, wait, Hinata's have a deeper shade of lilac. Wait, is that the caged bird seal on her forehead? I am going to end that as soon as possible, Mom. The other pictures were of his mother and father at other points in their lives. His father becoming Hokage. His father winning the Chunin exams. His mother and father before some date. They look like they are really in love. He then opened the first box. Inside were 6 of the strangest kunai Naruto had ever seen. They were tri-pronged and perfectly balanced in every way. The perfect ninja weapon. Naruto took them and the bandolier they were on and put them on. When he opened the last box he found papers. One looked like a deed for some property. One was his parents' wedding certificate. Another was a family tree. Most of the names were completely unknown to him, but a few stood out. The Hyugas seem to have a long relationship with my family. Interesting. I should show this to Tsunade. Naruto sped off towards the training grounds of the Hyugas. First, I need to see Hinata again. She looks more like my mom than I could have imagined. Hinata had never done such rigorous training in her life except when she had secluded herself for weeks. She struck the training dummy again and again. How it could resist the strain of so many strikes was beyond Hinata. Neji was watching her closely. Once every so often he would approach her and show her how to improve one key aspect of her form or attack pattern. It is helping. I know it is. I just wish Naruto could be here. Suddenly Naruto jumped out of the tree surrounding her training ground holding what appeared to be multiple scrolls and boxes. He approached the girl with a smile on his face. Hey Hinata. I was just checking in to see how you were doing. I don't want to spy or anything. Neji frowned slightly. Naruto, I might have gotten over your victory over me, but you should not interrupt Lady Hinata's training if you like her as much as I think you do. You're right, and I will leave in just a minute. Hinata, I have a question. Did you ever hear of someone Hakura Hyuga? Neji's eyes went wide. Hakura Hyuga was my aunt. How would you know about her? She's in the QB attack. I was just asking. Saw her name in a scroll or something. I also heard she married out of the clan, but I never heard who to. Do you know, Neji? No. I was barely born when I have no memories of her. Okay, that's fine. Hinata, I'll see you in a few hours right here, okay? Yes, I'll be ready Naruto. Naruto took his packages and headed off towards the Hokage Tower. So now I am Neji's cousin. Now that is interesting. Not half as interesting as your relationship with Hinata is going to get. What? Don't you get it, kid? You are slightly related to Hinata now, heck you might even be cousins. How closely related, I don't know, but you should check that out before this relationship gets any further. You're right, but I hope you're wrong. Tsunade could look it up for you. Now, kid, you got training to do. I would say good training would be to rebuild your clan's complex without anyone finding out who is doing it. That would take some skill. I bet you that it takes me no more than the month I have and no one spots me. That's the spirit. Now get to the Hokage Tower so you can start. Okay. Phew, now that is a relief. Naruto had spent 4 hours looking around in the archives of the city looking for a Hyuga family tree that wasn't from hundreds of years ago. When he finally found one he was happy to find that his mother was not Hinata's aunt as well, not even closely related by B. Funny how they look so much alike. What I find funny is how you couldn't figure out if you loved the girl yet you always act like this. Let's just say my mind is getting clearer. Good. I sense many little Narutos and Hinatas are on their way. What? You don't just do that in society now. You have to get married first. So, get married. We are a little too young to do that. No, you aren't. Where, in the law, does it say 18-year-olds can't get married? Oh yeah, I guess I totally missed that we will be 18 in only a few months. But still, it is generally common thought that you wait a little longer, like a few years. 2 more years of maybe and worrying. 2 more years of love that you can't express. Us foxes have it easy. We just find the girl we like and take her. When we don't like her anymore we get a new one. Like I will ever not like Hinata. That is where humans and demons are different. Humans live short lives and age together. My mates would all age while I would never grow a day older. I lost interest in corpses. I never thought about it like that. I still think we need more time before I pop that question. Another day of, oh, just be quiet. Naruto had left the tower and was heading back to where his clones were training. When he reached the clearing he saw 500 Narutos asleep. Great, I don't think I made much progress in the concentration factor, Kai. Naruto released his jutsu and recalled all of his clones. The information and training they had done transferred into his memory instantly. Naruto smiled. This way he was able to train every aspect of his abilities while he could focus on improving his body and doing other things, like rebuilding the Uzumaki complex. Not bad for day 1. I need to try that fire wind Rasengan again. Looks like they made some major progress with that. Naruto ran off towards Hinata's training grounds. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.